Hey, Alan.
Hey, John.
How was your day, my friend?
It was pretty good until I had a small incident. I say small, I
How-
burnt my fucking taint.
I was gonna say, what's small to you as far as accidents go?
So I was running a fucking chainsaw with swimming trunks on, as always, and flip flops, no underwear like
As you
always.
do.
And I was cutting some 4x4 posts off the bottom of a goat pen that I was holding up with my tractor. And I cut the first one kind of crooked. So I got down on one
Yeah.
knee and got where I could look at it. Well, I get about 2 inches into this 4x4 post and realize that I have filled my crotch and ass crack up with osmosis wood shavings. So I stopped and looked over, and the people that were watching me just fell out laughing. I said, "Don't fucking laugh. Turn on the fucking water hose." So we had 200 foot of black water hose in South Mississippi in 98-degree heat. So once
No.
again, do I think before I stick the water hose up my swimming trunks to my taint? Satan's
Alan.
breath come out of the end of that water hose.
Oh my God.
I let out a
Ah.
squeal. And you know what made it worse? When I pulled it out and waited till the water cooled off, I forgot it was fucking well water fixing to come out. So I went from Satan's breath to frozen blowing on my balls.
Oh my God. Let it go.
It's pretty rough, man.
That.
I
So
came
so
home and
that's
got
a
a shower and thoroughly inspected the merchandise. There was some
everything.
stubble.
Jesus Christ. So that's a little incident as far as you're concerned.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that
a
was
small one.
small. I didn't go to jail. Jails are like minor incidents.
And there wasn't blood drawn, I
Oh
guess.
no, there was no blood. There was some skin that rolled up, but there was no blood.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never burnt my tank. I burnt a butt cheek before. When I was 12, my brother stabbed me toward me with a 100-watt lamp, like bulb, in one of the stand-up lamps, and I jumped out of the way, and then it went under my butt, and I just sat right on it. So it was
Uh,
like really
I
hot
was.
metal fucking or glass right in
This
the right
was
cheek. That
right
sucked.
when we bought this land and moved up here. I was at my neighbor Nate's and I was welding. And before I knew what I had done with swimming trunks on again, I pulled the used 7018 welding rod out and stuck
Mm.
it in my back pocket. After it
Yeah.
melted the swimming trunks to my ass cheek, and I had to get my poor wife to pull the melted shit out of my skin. There was that
Always a good
day.
time.
There was a little bit of beer involved.
I see. It was
There was
probably
no
like
beer involved today. That was just straight dumbass.
just shirt cocking it.
Mm-hmm.
So you've had a day then. I bet
Okay.
you're ready to go to
Well,
sleep. I'm sorry I kept you up this late.
look, I was up at 3:30 this morning. Left my house to run a charter this morning because I wanted to leave super early because it's been so hot. I got off the
Mm.
water at 11. Got home at 12, and then I was over there at like 12:45. It's hot.
Mm.
I
It's
wring
been
my shirt
raining
out.
since I got back here.
Shit, I wish it would rain here.
Like it's nothing but rain since I got home from your place. It didn't rain on me on the way home, but it's been like wet since I got here. Everything. I
I
was
had
going to
to
go to the drive-in the other night, got rained out.
y'all have a drive-in.
So we don't actually. It's like an hour and 15 minutes away, but I consider it ours. I wanted to go really bad. I've never been.
Oh God, dude!
Um,
Where I grew up in
so
Hattiesburg, we had Beverly's Drive-In. It was the most awesome thing on earth because they never checked you for beer. And
really,
you remember the pizza we used to get in school, the square little pizza. They sold that
mm-hmm.
shit there with the same ranch
Nice.
packets.
With the cups with like the weird purple and
Oh
off pea
yes,
green, like
it was
of
heaven.
course, yes.
I mean, most people that's going to listen to this is old enough to go to drive-in also know what goes on at drive-ins, which made that awesome as well.
Well, I was gonna bring my entire family, and we were gonna watch Barbie with some friends. So
I,
probably wouldn't have had at
if
least
I
that
was
part.
you, I would just take the wife.
All right, I'll see if I can rustle up a babysitter. If any of our listeners want to babysit three rabid ruffian children,
Bring them to me.
just know you you might die, but we'll see. I was going to talk about your charter business tonight on this episode because a lot of people keep like wondering. I was thinking about it because when I shot a few TikToks at your house, you got the big like last name banner thing over the doors, and I guess there were some new listeners and new you know uh,
I
subs who I guess didn't realize that most people know your last name now because of your
yeah,
charter business. I got messages from a lot of random people like, "Oh my god, you showed his last name," and I was like, I'm pretty sure most people know now."
dude. If
So
you Google search Jason Dots, it pops up. I film TV
yeah,
shows, and of
like
course, you know I've done
yeah,
podcasts. I've been around
hmm
for a little while.
yeah. So Patrick is his last name for everyone who doesn't know. It is not a secret anymore, and we like it that way. It's actually a lot better now that most of it's not a secret. If I'm being
Yeah,
completely honest, it was getting a little stressful there. But yeah, I
asshole.
wanted you to have the opportunity, dude.
We're best
It was a
friends.
little weird.
I'm gonna hide something
Okay,
from you for 6 months.
okay. It wasn't 6 months. It was like 3.5 at the most. And the problem
Oh, you
was,
got me there. Yeah, I didn't do the math
yeah,
myself.
the problem was the comments of people who were like, "I really like this, but this could be illegal," and I was like, no. And there was a part of me that was like, I really know Alan,
Just tell them
so
only in
I know
Alaska and Hawaii. And Puerto Rico is
I'm
illegal.
not I'm not gonna be sued. I knew that. But then sometimes late at night I was like, but I could be sued.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
I sued your ass for some fucking Snickers.
Yeah, well, it worked out in the end. Do you have any of those left, by the way? Have you just
Actually,
been like giving them away to people?
no, I haven't looked, but I know Kenny stayed here for 2 days while I went fishing with some friends on the other side of the state. And I did notice
Right.
random Snickers wrappers like in the bathroom, toilet, the garbage can I have over stuff, and in her room, in my room, and there's one in the kitchen. I'm like,
Classic classic shame eating.
like
You
she
can't
just
eat
walks
Snickers
around
bars.
eating Snickers when I'm gone.
Eating Snickers in the bathroom is the biggest cry for help I've ever heard in my entire life. Kenny, we're here for you.
Yeah,
We're here.
put a
Just
foot in
talk
her
to your
ass. She
dad.
don't stay with my Snickers.
Talk to your dad. It'll all come out in the end. Yeah. Oh, dude. Speaking of, we got into the canned stuff or the pickled stuff, by the way, yesterday.
Pretty good stuff, ain't it?
Okra, dude. My 12-year-old loves pickled okra, so she's like just like walking around with a jar
It's
under. And
so
last
easy to
night when
make.
I was gaming, I got into the fucking pickles. Just God,
I'll give you a little bit
they
of. I'll
kick
give you a
fucking
little bit of.
Clausen's in the ass.
Yeah.
What's that?
Anytime you're drinking some gin, brown party liquor, vodka, anything like that, after the
Brown party
first
liquor.
drink, if you want something, just make all the flavors pop. Get one of those
Mm.
pickles or one of those okras and just take one bite of it and notice what happens, the explosion in your mouth of taste buds. I don't know what that vinegar does with alcohol, but all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, it is heaven.
Nice. Well, there's a little bit of them left, and we've been eating deer sausage since I got back. I cooked more of it tonight, to be honest.
I got plenty of it. You've seen it.
Yeah, that
And it's
was
fixing to
yeah.
be deer season again in 3 months. I'm going to have much more of it again. I showed you. I eat
Hell yeah.
deer, fish, crabs occasionally, but mostly that fish, shrimp, and deer.
Sometimes possum when they're around.
Yeah.
My grandmother was like my whole life on my mom's side would tell us all this random ass shit she ate her life. And then one of her things that she claimed was really good that you can't eat unless you cook it right, was armadillo. And we never
Yes.
believed her. Yes,
Dude,
she
I had
did
it.
eat armadillo one time.
I
Blew my
tried it
mind.
here at a friend's house in South Mississippi, and it wasn't bad. But they
Mm,
eat that is like a delicacy in Trinidad, and I had it in Trinidad, and
really?
it was freaking amazing.
So
Like
way
I
better
started,
there than
I
here.
started coming home and like looking for holes. I said, oh, "We finna shoot some of these motherfuckers. You are
Gonna have
on the
some
menu now.
traditional.
We're gonna get a
Looks
little
like
spotted dick and some armadillo."
armadillo's back on the menu, boys.
Yes.
Oh my god. So tell me, let's try and get back on the track here. Tell me what made you want to start this charter business and how long it's been going.
You're gonna
How
laugh.
was it at the start? I mean, you're talking, so yes, I am probably going to laugh.
You're
Just
gonna
saying.
laugh because
Go ahead.
a conversation was had with me and a little 4'9" woman that
Mm.
I was spending a lot of money fishing because at the time
Not you.
we had just we were still living in Purvis and I was fishing a lot, and that's like an hour away from the coast, and I was driving 3 or 4 days a week back and forth to coast fishing, and then I would stay with
Mm-hmm.
my parents sometimes because they lived on the water in Bay St. Louis because I'd get off the water so late. I was like, I'm just gonna stay here, and she's like, you have a wife and 2 children. You better get your ass home. So
Correct.
when we moved, we were fixing to move to Ocean Springs. She told me her brother actually spoke to me about it. He's like, dude, you should open an LLC. And she said, yeah. And he needs to get his captain's license because he would be great at doing this. He's a personal person. He loves to fish. He loves teaching people to fish. So
Mm.
I already had most of the stuff I needed because of working offshore. I just had to go get a certain license to
Mm.
actually take people fishing. So I went and did it. And it was funny because when I took the test, the first time I failed it because I was so used to all this stuff from work that I just went in there and was like, fuck this. I've done this shit before. I didn't study. I drank beer all night. I just went in there and the lady looked at me. I had to her all proud and boastful, like, yeah, I got this shit. She said, you missed too many. I said, you shitting me?
No, my life. This has been my dream for all of 15 minutes, and I want it.
So she said, I would recommend you stop, do not take it again, go home and study. So I come home with the flag of shame holding high after I stopped and got like 18 Fairhope Ambers. And I was sitting there, she come home, she said, all giddy and excited, oh, how'd it go? Did you get your license yet? I said, I failed the test. Are you shitting me?
You should have lied. I gotta. They canceled today. I gotta go back
Well,
like
the thing was,
after I've studied or next week.
the part that I failed was the ABS or the ABS, the Marshall. Oh, damn it.
Oh
I need a
God,
beer.
I got triggered by you saying ABS. God, I hate them so much.
It's the U.S.
I
Coast
hate
Guard
having to
part.
deal with them.
Do you remember your AB
Oh
book
God.
I just got you? Your green AB book? Well, I have a
Yes.
red one that's U.S. Coast Guard. It's the exact same. It's called Rules of the Road. And it's all
So
these
it's so
stupid
wait.
lights and whistles and shit that you have to remember. Like, if you're a tug underway up the Mississippi River, what do you have lights showing at night? One yellow all around blinking light, two white lights on the mast, and one red light above it. If you're in the International Canal and you're tugging the same tug, what lights you have to show? Well, that would be two blues, a green, and all this random shit that you're never going to use ever in your life.
Well, Marshall Islands book was like that too. You may use it as the barge engineer, but like lowly people like me, we just need paperwork. We're never
It's
gonna
called
remember any of that.
safe manning. We have to have so many of them books so people can't step on the rig and say, "Y'all get off. We got safe manning. It's our rig now."
Yeah, but we actually call them a seaman's book,
Yeah,
and the mark we all know the mark of a true seaman
you
is
didn't
when
say
you
it right.
finally can you
You're
can
not.
stop laughing when you say the word seaman.
You're not
We
putting
don't
a.
have true seamen's book.
You're not putting a sis in there. We've had this conversation. You got a Siemens book.
Seaman's book. But so you failed the test, back on track, and what happened when you went back to take it again?
I'm at 100 because I actually studied.
Mm.
Anybody that owns a MMC license, a U.S. Coast Guard MMC license, will tell you all of it is stupid easy until you have to deal with rules of the road because nobody uses that shit.
Why is it called rules of the road when it has to do with like stuff on the
Water.
water?
I brought that
That's
up the second day, and when I was in AV school, I was like, "Why is it called rules of the road when it's in the water?"
that's like set calling rules on Mars like the water park rules or some shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Don't pee in the red
God,
sand.
God. It's the first thing I'm gonna do when I get to Mars.
Did you
I'm
say?
gonna
Look, I
mark my
think
territory.
I sent you that clip where it showed all. It was like a little cartoon, had all the little movie stars landing on Mars. Oh, we're on Mars. And here come David Goggins. He's like,
Yeah.
"Who the fuck is that? David Goggins, bitches." He said, "How did you get here? I fucking
Yes.
ran. I'm heading to Saturn, motherfuckers. Catch y'all there."
Jesus.
I love me some Goggins.
So when you got your license, was it like always intentional for you to start like a business sort of like that? Or did that just kind of come roundabout after you got your captain's license?
The reason I did it all was for a tax write off because I was getting slammed in taxes in the country we were working in, kind of like we are now. And
Mm,
I started as a tax write off,
yeah.
and after about year two, because I really didn't push it that much, because I mean, like I said, it was a tax write off. I was just doing my thing.
Mm,
Well, after
yeah.
year two, yeah, it was year two. I started getting like advertisement. I put stuff in the local magazines. Like I said, I filmed some TV shows, and
Mm,
it got to where it was. And then yeah, it was year three, I think it was. I started Fish Booker, and they would load my wagon. Like I'd have to go in there and block out dates just so I wouldn't fish the whole 21 days I was home.
yeah. I saw you showed me Fish Booker one time on the rig. Yeah.
All you got to do is swap two words or two letters in that word, and it becomes awesome.
It does become awesome. That's like half of our fan base now after the fucking after the fucking bookworms are freaks. Shout out to all the bookworms out there.
Whoop whoop.
Stay freaky, I
Stay
guess.
classy, San Francisco.
God, I love it so much. You look like an ugly pirate hooker. Why don't you go back to your home on Horror Island? God, I used to say that to Rochelle all the time. Poor thing. So tax write off. A couple of years in, then you just decided maybe
Well,
you liked it more, or
I
it
figured
was
out that
relaxing to be there. Maybe.
I got a lot of people interactions.
Mm,
You know, I've never met a stranger, but this was different. Like I was being
never.
part of people's special days and events, like birthdays and anniversaries and honeymoons and kids' first time fishing. Like I was actually
Mm,
being placed in a position to where if I made people have a good time, that I was creating life memories of people, and that kind of stuck me. I was like, "Damn, dude, it's pretty
yeah.
cool." And then at that point, I started giving more back to the community than I was actually bringing in. Even my tax was like, "Look, you're giving away way too many charters." So I would give them away to children that were having issues, people that passed away, somebody got in a bad car wreck, and anyone here will tell you this. Most of the plaques and banners and stuff you see in there is all me sponsoring tournaments. I just got my plaque the other
Yeah, I
day
saw
from
those.
the Pascagoula's girls softball team that I sponsored. A bunch of little girls running around in pink shirts that had chasing dots on it.
Nice.
I mean, I try to give a lot back to the community because to me, this was something that happened I really didn't know it was going to happen this way. Like I said, I started as a tax write-off, and it just went crazy.
Mm.
Well, then,
I've been there, starting something and then it
yeah.
just kind of turning into shit you did not think was going to happen. So I'm sorry. Side note. Go ahead.
So then I decided that maybe I don't want to work offshore till I'm 55 or 59. So then the goal became to get at least 250 clientele. Because if I can get 250 clientele with me working offshore, that means that I'm getting closer and closer. Because if I can get 300 clientele and 80% of them fish off of what kind of charters I run, and you're going to lose a certain percentage, 15% is what I figured, just looking at weather days and boat breakdowns, or I'm sick, they get
Yeah.
sick, stuff like that. I mean, that's,
Dogs have kittens.
yeah. And it's not one of
Mhm.
those things that you're going to make a ton of money off of. It's not.
Mm.
Most charter captains will tell you it's a struggle. But I had the means to be still one of the cheapest charter captains on the coast because I know people work their ass off like we do for our money. So I want them to
Gotcha.
get the most bang for their buck. People book 4-hour trips for me all the time and they start freaking out when we're in like hour 5. And I'm like, no, ma'am, I'm not charging you no extra. It's my job for you to have fun and catch fish. And it's took me this long to find the fish. So we're going to fish till you get a mess of fish as long as you're cool with
Yeah.
it. And that's the kind of
Mm.
stuff that brings people back to you. Like, for instance, today, I
Mm.
told you about today. The guy wanted a 6-hour trip. And I told him, I said, that's
Mm.
cool. There might be some thunderstorms come through to cut us a little short. Well, it wasn't thunderstorms. The fish just quit biting. It got hot as hell. We get to the
Mm.
dock, and he's trying to pay me for a 6-hour trip. And I give him some of his money back, them long wheelbase 10s, and told him, I said,
Mm.
no, you're not paying me for a 6 hour. He said, oh, my word's my, and my word is my word. You fish 4 hours, you're paying for 4 hours. And what happened? He said, well, I'm booking a trip with you in September. So instead of keeping that man's money,
Right.
I took what I rightfully should have took instead of just screwing the dude over. And now I got another trip with him, which is going to make more money.
Nice. We call that customer service.
With a smile.
Yeah. I wish we would have been as nice to third party on the rig.
Fuck them.
Thing is, we weren't being paid by them. We were paying them. So yeah,
Yeah.
fuck them.
Can you check my room? The air's a little hot. Can you
Uh,
piss off and find
the
something to
showers,
do?
the sink's not draining because I shaved like a Merlin-sized beard in it the
Yeah.
night before.
Oh,
So
God, why'd you have to bring that place up? I got to go back there in a
I'm
week.
sorry. You go back in a week. I'm sorry. Now, quick
I'm thinking
question.
about going to get another water hose and hit my tank.
How much scalding hot water can you take to your taint before you cannot go back to the rig is the question.
Ugh.
So the goal with the charter business after a while was essentially to migrate from not being on the rig at 55, like you said,
Yeah.
which I don't want to be the math guy, is only like 11 or 12 years away.
And
So
I'm not staying up there long for that. Though. Because it
no,
gets
I don't
worse and
blame you.
worse every year. And that
It gets worse and worse every week. I'm going to put it out there. Most people don't know our jobs, like the nitty gritty, but for Alan, it gets bad out there, you guys.
I
It's
had
fucking
to
terrible.
reach
Just saying.
inside and change some things in my life because I got shingles at the age of 30 because of my job.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
So
the charter thing is going to be something I'll do it, but it won't be like my full income.
yeah. Well, no, because your full other income is going to be with me, your best friend.
Right.
We're going to we're going to ride this podcast into the goddamn sun. No, I'm playing. I don't know. But
On a dragon.
I'm sure going to try. Yes. Vagar. It's going to be Vagar because
he randomly
we're
bites
going to
people.
ride, but we're not going to be able to control it. serve me,
Fuck are
Vagar.
we going?
Vagar was like, no.
We're gonna
Like,
stop in this little village and eat like 300 people. Then we'll go.
Another dragon that's the size of my foot just hit me with fire in the middle of a rainstorm. I took that seriously.
Are you
Like
gonna
Negan
die for
said,
some
I will
fucking
shut
chickens?
that shit down. Dude, Vagar took it seriously. That was a great time. Fuck. But I mean, hey, I also didn't think that I would be able to one day write for a living. But that's looking more and more the case. Like every day, I see it.
All I
Listening back
want
through
to hear or from your redheaded ass is when the fuck book 3 is gonna be on Audible so I can listen to it.
it won't be long. Okay, it'll be probably the first 3 or 4 days of August. It
I've
should be
listened to
out there.
shit from people at home like, you didn't read his books? You listened to him on Audible? I said, have you ever seen me sit still for more than 5 minutes?
No, I subscribe to. I'm not in it to read a book or smell a book. I listen to most of my stuff on Audible. If you like to hold books, that's great. Get yourself a hard copy, but most of my stuff is on Audible now. It's been like that forever. I'm like you. I don't have time to sit down.
Yeah.
I'm doing most of my stuff with an earbud in, listening to my stuff. Especially since a lot of the things I listen to are like 50 something hour epic fantasies. So,
Good times. Good times.
man. You go back in a week, you said?
Fuck yeah.
Man. It's going to be, I mean, I'm gone. Joe's gone, but
I don't wanna. Just leave it alone or I'm gonna get the bullet out. And I don't mean the
I
gun
don't.
bullet. I mean the brown party liquor bullet.
Yeah, don't do that. Not tonight. Fake Allen will be there. Maybe it'll work out. I mean, I'll be going to a new rig too. I don't think it'll be in a week. We got the Galaxy Con next week in Raleigh, Raleigh, however you say it.
It's Riley.
And then we get back Saturday or Sunday, and I don't know if I'm going like as soon as I get back or a few days after I get back. But that's going to be an experience. So
It's always good when you take the family somewhere.
yeah, you're one of the main reasons I did it, because I was all worried about like the money and
Go do something
all these
special
things.
with them. Nope.
That was, you were the one in the office. You were like, I mean,
Do
money's
something
one
special
thing,
with
but
them. Make memories.
y'all are gonna remember this the rest of your lives. So
Toys and cars and
Yeah.
all this material shit goes away, but memories stick forever. Kind
yeah,
of like when people see me in my Christmas swimming trunks.
stand up, show them. I want to see it.
The front or the
Do
back?
it real quick. Either one. I'm good with anything, darling. Look at that.
Ho, ho,
Christmas.
ho, motherfuckers.
Christmas in July. That's what I'm talking about. Oh shit.
You got a little excited there. Calm down.
I've done knocked down
Wolfgang's
all
over
my
here trying to play the drums with Mike.
Okay, stay for fuck's sake. Well, I think this has been a successful episode of the podcast. No one got hurt. We got to hear about you burning your taint more than once. So like, bring this stuff to the rig for sure. The way it's set up, we may not be able to get video, but we should be able to do audio, no problem. Like when I'm on the rig, you're on the rig. I'll be working nights though, so I don't know how we're gonna do it, because when you're off, I'll be working. Fuck, god damn it. You know what? Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Somehow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out if we're still on the rig. And if we're not, maybe we'll be home and we can definitely figure it out then.
Yeah, 'cause
Dude, get some sleep. I'm sorry.
pumpkins.
I'm sorry I kept you up so late.
I've had
Oh yeah, Smashing Pumpkins.
8 hours in 3 days.
Yeah, you need to get some sleep.
Oh,
Do you got charters tomorrow?
No, thank God.
We'll sleep in like really late to like
That's
at
not gonna
least
work.
7:30,
That
which
won't
is
work.
like 6:30. Then final offer.
3:45. I'll wake up.
Jesus.
Just how it is this
Well, hey
time of
man, it's
year.
been great. The but
What happened to your
tomorrow no
finger?
more goats, right? What finger?
Did you smash your fingernail?
Oh no, I smashed all of them in a door. No, I got them done today for the con. Yeah, they go with my cyberpunk character. I'm gonna send
Honey,
you all the videos and pictures.
honey, you get
A- Anyway, man, I hope you have. What is that?
R2D2's in there hollering at me, wanting me to come take the damn sheets out of the wash machine, put it in the dryer.
Hmm.
C3PO will be going in a minute. Your clothes are dry. I speak 30
Wait.
languages. This language is not in my database.
Jesus. What was it? He was fluent in 6 million forms of communication.
But he didn't ever hear redneck.
Probably not. It would have been great to hear him though. Anyway, bud, hey, I appreciate you. I hope you have a good night. Get some rest.
Yeah, you
And
too.
this concludes episode 3. Done.
Boom. Bam.
It's a wrap. I feel good about this one. For some reason. I'm not sure, but I still feel good about it. So
Little taint burning. Get you some reviews.
guess
He did what?
yeah, the name of this episode is going to be Alan's Taint. Hey, I swear to fucking God, there it is. I'm gonna do it right now before I back out. So I appreciate it, man. I hope you have a good night, man.
All right, brother. You too. I'm finna get some shut eye as soon as I get R2D2 shut up.
Well, don't shoot the washing machine. It's just wanting to wash your clothes.
You have to go in there and speak Dothraki to it.
Good. Do it. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that's the only thing that
I can't
works.
speak Dothraki. I'm not doing that.
I have an app on my
Well,
phone.
good night, man.
Translates.
I hope you have a good one.
All right, brother. You too.
Good night, bud. See ya.
All right, bye.